Okay, very well. I want to go to write up here that I had, and let's see, what are we right here? And I want to go to the bottom. There we go. Okay, so last time what I did was I stressed on 9712, and we figured out that it was 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 607, and the indices of these prime factors are 1, 1, 1, 1, and 111. So we looked at it from the binary point of view, where they're all ones. So in binary, you either have 0 or 1. This happens to be all ones. There are 7 ones. And so figured out that that base 2 will give you something which is, in base 10, is 127. A number, 127 in base 10. Okay? And so we figured out that 9712, which is the 23rd permutation of 1279, the 19th permutation being 9127, okay? That number, 23, happens to be the 9th prime. So 9 is having 127 verses. So these numbers are speaking to us. Then we added up 9127, which is the 19th permutation, to 23rd permutation, which is 9712. And we got this number 18839. And 18839 happens to be a prime number, and it is the 2147th prime number. And 2147 is the frequency of Hamim in surahs 40 to 46. Okay? So now I'm looking at 1111111. That 7-digit number, just in base 10. Let's look at it in base 10. Okay? If you do that, it factors out into 239 and 4649, 2 prime numbers. The indices of these prime factors are 52 and 628. Again, 9677th quint prime happens to be 52, 628. Remember now, 19 times 30 is 570. And look at this little table that I made here. 9677 happens to be additive prime. Its index is 570. It's also the index of a Gaussian prime 9127. Okay? So no matter how you look at this 1111111, it goes back to 9 having 127 verses. So is it talking about the Quran? Look at this. 9677 happens to be the 619th Chen prime. And 619 happens to be the 114th prime. And 114 is the number of chapters or surahs in the Quran. So it keeps interlocking the fact that 9127, okay, that number, if it's there, then surahs in the Quran has to be 114. The number of surahs in the Quran happens to be 114. Can be anything else. And I didn't say this, but 570 happens to be the number of Aleph Lam Mim, the frequency of Alephs plus Lams plus Memes in chapter 32, which is called prostration. Okay? So it's interlocking all of these things together. So it's telling you with what we figured out up there from the sum of 9127 and 9712, we generated the number of Hamims in chapter 40 through 46. which is absolutely robust. That means you cannot have two people counting the number of hamims differently, because it does not include Hamza or Aleph or Ya or something like that. Okay? Chapter 32 has Aleph Lam Mim. But we are saying that chapter is supposed to have 570 count of Aleph Lam Mim, just like the way Rashad counted it. Okay? That's what we are saying. Because if that's the case, that would not link into 2147. That would not link into the fact that 9 has 127 verses. If you mess around with those numbers and get this Quran or that Quran, count yourself, follow your own ego, you are going to mess it up. You are not doing a service. You are doing a disservice out of ignorance and not understanding what is going on. And this is not a joke, and this is not funny. Okay? So when somebody tells us that that's not the number, they have to show us something what I just showed you here. If they cannot produce that, do not believe them. Okay? This is how you go again with the Word of God. And as I said, you leave your ego at the door. You do not follow your ego, because your ego is going to take you away from the path of God, as God told David. See, David is a role model in the Quran. Okay? And we are supposed to emulate these role models. Not just because we want to be like them or we want monkeys or something, no. We are doing this because that's our best judgment is telling us to do that. That judgment which is tempered with the Word of God. And it is not coming from our own being. Okay. So this was a lesson to all of us today. And again, as I said, is that we are honored to receive this information. Every week we receive new information. And we are humble and we are honored for receiving this. And we are eternally indebted to God for giving us this knowledge. Okay, I'm going to stop here and finish off. Juma Allahu Kabir. Subhan Rabbi